let's let you and we got friends and family that came along to come say hi.
Sir, we are live.
Boom.
Okay, are we live? Let me
Yep.
know. You guys let me know. Let me check on my phone. Okay, we are live. So this is pretty epic. I just want to start off by saying thank you for to rock. With the channel, of course. Those who support BRB and support of other tokens that we're definitely going to give the platform to and let them say what they have to say. I'm very excited for all the news that we have. In the description of the video, you guys can see that we're going to freestyle around some of these topics, right? If you guys got something that you guys like specifically, you guys let me know down in the comments. You guys leave a comment. But we're going to talk about the downtrend in 2022. What a fantastic year that was. Obviously, that's the sarcasm kicking in right there. I'm sure football, if you're listening already, you'll enjoy the sarcasm. But we'll talk about the downtrend of 2022, income tax returns, those who want to talk about 2023 and what they got planned for that, the future outlooks and benefits. And then we have a small article I've seen already on BSC News, those who are up to date with XRP and everything going on with that. And how can that affect the crypto market? And does that affect some of the backdoor markets we've been talking about, some of the DEGEN space and whatnot, right? And we're also going to talk about AI artwork and NFT creation, and how is that AI art going to affect the NFT creation market. So those are the topics. I'm going to introduce everybody that we have here. We have John, CEO of BRB Cash. We also have Crypto Bronze right here, another teammate. We have Crazy from the Luffy token and Hockey token. We will have also football possibly coming from the Sling token. So I see you guys in the comments. Go ahead, you guys say what's up to this community that's waiting for us.
What's up, everybody?
Yo,
2023. We're here.
Let's go. Let's go. Bull market in our future.
Yes.
We can only hope. Let's do it.
Most definitely. I mean, this is building season right now. So this is the building phase. And what I think about what's going on in the crypto, like all the small projects, I think the meta right now is collaboration. If we all help each other out, maybe create a synergy, an ecosystem, that'll help all of us become stronger. And we're gonna just ride that rocket once we're up.
That's it. Yeah, I agree. Crypto Bronze. Overall, I feel like because 2022 was just, I mean, it was bad. I don't think that there are very few out there that thought that there was anything that good came out of 2022, except for maybe exposing some of the bad actors. And in order for us to kind of get through this, we really need to focus on what it means for the community overall and what the future is going to look like. And we're going to be able to do that when we work together. So 100% agree. So,
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Very exciting as well. Having everybody up on here and the type of vibe, right? Because now something that I've been trying to do is making sure that I stay hip to the new lingo, right? So, one thing that they talk about is the vibe check. And, we got to always have the vibe check, and hopefully we have the vibe check of the community in the comments, turned up if there's anything that you guys want to talk about. But, we have some things ready. John, is there anywhere that you want to specifically start off at? We got our topics. Crazy, if you want to jump in, we got some of the topics that I talked about, or the community, if there's a specific topic that you guys would like to for us to touch on, that's definitely where we can start.
Yeah. Well, I think Rico, you mentioned the 2022 downturn, and maybe that's a good place to start. Maybe we start low and we work our way up to some of the more positive topics, right? And 2022, with everything that happened with Luna and everything that happened with FTX, which seems to continue on, I think that we have to really focus on what it means to be in this community, what projects we need to focus in on, and what the future is really going to look like. Now, 2022 overall, I just feel like was so negative, and not only just in the crypto space, but when you take a look even at the fiat space, the traditional markets, I don't know that there is anyone that really did very well, which kind of parlays it into the taxes, which we'll talk a little bit later. But I think what we really need to, taking a look at all of the bad actors that came out in 2022, we need to leverage that and kind of spin it so that we are now trying to focus on the positive. And because we identified all of the negativity and all the things that were done wrong, we really need to learn from our mistakes and kind of get us through into the next phase. So, Bronze, what are your take on 2022?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it started. Yeah, I mean, summer was going down, right? And you were just, it was just you're trying to pull up with some hopium in there. But yeah, we were, I remember the time like in around March, people were wondering, are we heading to a bear market, or was just like a fake out? But yeah, definitely we were in the downturn. But it's just yeah, so Celsius going down, Voyager going down a lot, and especially these upper tier people, right? It's just the big names. But when things happen like this, I'm afraid that regulation is going to be coming in, and that's what we got to prepare for. I mean, regulation is not necessarily bad, but it is what it is when you see so many rugs going on, these bad actors going on. But the good thing is things will get better. Things will get tightened up, and we just gotta hunker down, because I do believe of innovation. I believe in technology. The crypto spaces. I mean, yeah, people will do the DEGEN play definitely, but technology is here, and we will leverage that. So I'm still bullish in the bear market. That's my motto. So that's I'm rolling with that. So I'm just it's just all about preparing for the run, for the big run. We've seen this. I mean, I've been here for a little bit. I've been in the bear market back in the last bear market. Been in the recent bull market. We're back in the bear again. I mean, we all know it's a cycle, and once we know this is not going to last for long. So it's about building your projects. It's all about accumulation and learning from your mistakes and then improvement. And it's going to get stronger. They say like every bull market gets stronger and longer as it comes over time.
Yeah. You talked about regulation, and if you take a look at the things that kind of FTX was doing here in the States, one wonders what regulation is going to look like moving forward into 2023. Now, because we launched late into 2022, the BRB, I can tell you that regulation is already here, at least here in the States, not at the level that I think we need it to be, but they're certainly working towards, I feel like, what traditional markets kind of look like. But, I think regulation overall definitely needs a lot more work. I think it's coming. I don't think that they are going to let us. When I say they, I don't think that the government, the U.S. government, or even the rest of the governments of the world allow us to continue down the path that we're going. They want their cut, and they're going to get it through taxes, right? You take a look at like Italy, that now just recently signed off on the tax agreements where anything made in 2023 moving forward is taxed. I think it's like 22, 23, 24%. So it's coming. It's coming if it's not already here. So
you guys definitely bring up a fair point about regulations and how everything is falling into place. And my whole take on this, especially with the FTX debacle and the Luna Classic, is It's maybe the government trying to force our hand into regulations. You know, once a decentralized space going to be highly regulated, but maybe they're trying to find kinks in the armor and little niches that they can chip away at to show that this space needs regulation. And with regulation is going to be control, and with control is going to be institutional money. And of course, the institutional money doesn't want to walk in or buy into a space that isn't going to be regulated, where they're not going to be protected in some kind of governance magnitude, right? So I think this is, this is all bullish news in the grand scheme of things, but it does take away from the fact that we are going to be moving away from a decentralized space. So it's kind of just depressing in that aspect.
Yeah. Yeah, you had mentioned kind of chipping away at the foundations, and I could absolutely agree with that. I feel like FTX was that whole setup and play between Binance and Luna. I don't know. It just makes me feel like Sam was a pawn that was kind of pushed in certain directions for that to go on as long as it did.
By mommy and daddy.
Yeah, well, mommy, daddy, and everyone else in the Senate. And it just, when you take a look at the list of names that were involved with this thing, frankly, it was technically too big to fail. And they could have done a bailout. They didn't. They chose to step back and let it fail and crash and burn. So, chipping away at the foundations. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah. I think, and I want to apologize to everybody for the internet connection. It never rains in Las Vegas, but we had rain for the last couple of days. So, I'm glad that actually the connection stood up because it booted me all the way out. But yeah, coming back in on the back end, what you guys are talking about, I wonder how we say the sad part is that no more DeFi and it's going to be gone forever. But, has it not always shown in history that there was always some kind of form of the shadow realm of things, And I don't want to give DeFi the look of the shadow realm and where it looks negative or nothing. But, there could still potentially be the use of, decentralized dexes or whatnot like that. And I'm sure we'll get into that later on as well when we talk to Crazy and some details, some stuff. But I think there's always going to be a space. At least maybe I'm biased, and I always want there to be some kind of that DeFi space to exist because it's one of the most exciting parts about crypto. But it's pretty interesting hearing. I want to see what the community thinks about regulations as well in the chat. So if you guys want to put something in the chat, let me know. Do you guys think there always is going to be a form of DeFi no matter what? Or do you think that eventually, that perfect storm that we're kind of talking about, did it squeeze the DeFi hope out of the market,
Yeah, we get any hits there, Rico? Love to see what their thoughts are.
Yeah, I'm checking it out. We don't see no hits, but it's all good. It's pretty cool to see how, like Crypto Bronze was saying, he was there for a bear market, a bull market, a bear market. I've been in it since 2017, and what I'm noticing is there's this collective coming together, right? John, you have your experience in this crypto space. I know Johnson's last year as well. Met him through the DeFi space. So, I met Crazy through the DeFi space. Same thing with Crypto Bronze. So I guess how can I not be biased and be, have a kind heart towards it because I made some good friends over this DeFi space. So, that's why partially, I would hope that it would stick around because that's how we continue to grow. That's how we got people from Sling in here. It's how we got people from Luffy in here. We got the BRB Cash people in here. And I want that to keep growing. And I think that DeFi, given us that kind of feeling that we're in control, helps us want to make these communities, right? It almost gives us that initiative that we feel we're in charge of things where, hey, I can speak my voice. And if I get enough community members behind me, this could become a reality. So that's my thoughts on DeFi. I don't want it to ever go away, basically, is what I'm saying.
I hear you. And I don't really see, like, how can one government it would have to you know, DeFi is not just the United States; it's all over the world, right? How are you going to control that? I mean,
Right.
I think there is some way. There's going to be, yeah. I love using Dex. I love like not, you know, on that side of me is like you don't have to KYC yourself, but I mean, I know things are going to change, right? And we just got to be ready for that. But yeah, I still don't see how, you know, the government can just control. I mean, if it's like everywhere, you know, it's if it's a world thing, right? So, like I remember there was like a clickbait. You know, they were saying, oh, they're banning TikTok in the United States, but really they're only banning TikTok on government devices. So I mean, it's not like a total ban, right? That's how I kind of see what DeFi is going to be.
Right. Right.
The government's kind of only kind of like regulate or ban or whatever, control, you know, so much, but I really think there's going to be other yeah, there's other ways around it.
Right.
So
And
it's
and I,
either, yeah,
yeah, go
it's
ahead.
either they got to work with it, right? So they got to work
Right.
with the DeFi.
And following up what Crypto Bronze is saying, none of this is financial advice on this live stream. We are having a great time
Yeah,
together.
yeah, we're just
We're drinking
talking.
Coca-Cola together, and we're relaxing. And I see a question by Crypto Talk and Chill. Appreciate you being up in here. But you know, it was a question that says we need to evolve crypto. And there was a question by Mr. Thomas saying, you know, what kind of evolution do you have in mind? And it's the stock market is worldwide. They control that. I think crypto will be a lot easier for them to control, mess up all our DeFi fund.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly, like Crypto Bronze was saying, I don't think it's going to mess it up. And I'll be honest with you guys, right? We got the cliche out the way. This is not financial advice, yada, 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 right? But there's tons of ways for individuals, if said individual wanted to off ramp their money through a crypto Visa card or whatnot like that, and under $1,000, where you could still participate in an anonymous way if that's something that you would want to. Obviously, there's going to be taxes and fees with that, but just like when you go to the ATM and you pull out money, it's going to be $3.50 to pull out money. So there's always going to be that transaction when you're using something. Especially if it's something that you want to use, right? Because it's all about ease of access, and a bit of convenience is always tied to it. You know, I think sometimes we think of convenience only as a convenience store, but I think it goes full circle with all types of convenience. You know, the more convenience we have, and people using DeFi, the easier it's going to be for people to adapt to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, what I feel like the future is more about the big banks getting more involved with crypto. And the problem with that is the more that they do, and the more that they're currently suppressing it right now, in my opinion, to get in at a lower level, they're able to then leverage that. And moving forward, they'll be able to have much more control over all transactions moving forward. And the problem with Ledger is everything is traceable, and you're able to see all of the hops that go along. So I think crypto overall is the future. There is no doubt about it. My concern is that the big banks remain the big banks, and none of that space changes.
Right.
So what
And
we
we can touch, like, you know, why they're mad is, you know, they're not being able to leverage our money no more. So long as we keep our money in DeFi, and you know, we're not keeping it inside of these banks. Now they're not letting people loan that money out to build a fence around the land they just bought or whatnot, or loan it out to, you know, some big company that wants to build a new casino down here in Las Vegas. But yeah, I just want to get that in. Crazy. What were you going to say? I'm interested.
I'm going to touch on that topic real quick because I really do like what you just said. Banks are mad. Institutional money is mad. They're frustrated. They're very frustrated with decentralized crypto and crypto in general, because when people's paychecks hit the bank, within 30 minutes, it leaves the bank and it goes into a decentralized wallet. People are buying cryptocurrency. So you're seeing country after country banning crypto processing, banning different kinds of exchanges, and banning crypto in general because they are not able to leverage their money to, whether they're putting that money into hard assets, whether they're putting that money into loans, whether they're putting that money into credit, or building up a portfolio of performing notes when it comes to mortgages, right? This is how institutional money works, and this is why your mortgage changes hands so many times, is because the banks leverage good performing notes and they sell off a portfolio of performing notes to another institution, and they buy that performing note from another institution. It's the same way that your bank account works. As soon as your paycheck hits your account, it's gone. It's not even your money. It's a digital asset that shows numbers of what you have in your bank account. If you were to try to go to the bank today and withdraw $100,000, you're going to have to jump through many different hoops to get that $100,000. They're going to ask you, are you safe? Is everything okay? What's going on? How come you need this money? Do you have an excuse? You have to write up all kinds of different forms and different things to actually pull your money out of the bank nowadays, which is, it's kind of scary in an aspect because of how much control they have over you and how much invasion of privacy they encroached on, right? Now, their solution, as far as I'm aware, and this is something that many other countries are actually transitioning to, is CBDCs. So what's your guys' take on CBDCs?
Yeah, XRP, that's part of the topic, right? That Ripple is in partnership with all these financial institutions all over the world, not in the US right now until the SEC litigation is resolved. But from the technology's perspective, I'm for that, because, for example, like where they had MoneyGram was partnered with them until the SEC case. MoneyGram was leveraging that the XRP technology. It's fast, it's cheap, it's secure, and so that's I guess, from what I understand, like where you're saying you're going through hoops getting $100,000, and there has to be liquidity in each of those areas, and it has to go through hoops. But with the XRP ledger, it simplifies that. But I'm not going to get really technical about it. But that's when I really got into crypto. Like, I was really an XRP head. I mean, I'm kind of more diversified now, but I still really believe that. I mean, that they're leveraging, and that's part of the future as far the digital currency.
Yeah,
So
it's
coming. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, each country, if it's not going to be a universal currency, which I can't see how the larger governments of the world, called G6, G7, are going to even allow that to happen. So they're going to, in my opinion, they're going to have individual currencies per nation, very similar to what we have now, in a digital form. And they're going to go ahead and leverage it. And honestly, when you think about being able to trace notes, right, like they do with the US dollar, you take a look at a US dollar, it's all serialized, physical money. It makes it so much easier to trace it moving forward. Why wouldn't they want to do it? I feel like what they're saying is, no, this isn't going to happen. In reality, it is the complete opposite of what they're saying. They are preparing for the next steps for this. So.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's exactly why this space is going on right now. Just to bring up topics like this, people who's been around kind of experiencing this from all different walks of life and with different experiences in different areas, and how these changes in cryptos affect us. We got the CEO, we have the CMO, we have influencers, we have you name it. We have everybody in here. We have the community inside of the actual comments that are commenting. So we have everybody in here all around the whole circle. And even as far as like how I feel about them is, there's going to be those scary feelings, especially for those who who really believe in DeFi, like Crypto Talk and Chill. I'm sure he can relate with me when we're talking about the safety of how DeFi makes you feel. Because then we talk about these, centralized tokens. It's hard not to get into the topic of how much control are we actually going to hand over. How much control are we going to give, where if we're not spending all of our tokens, or if we did something wrong, these tokens don't let us, we're not allowed to use them in this set spot or whatever like that. So I think these are all things that, you know, unfortunately there's this like overall scare that we shouldn't talk about them. But I think that, you know, when we have these opportunities, we should, because they're a reality as well, right?
Yeah. We talk about CBDCs overall. I feel like that the first thought is, and at least that was my initial knee-jerk reaction when Crazy asked, was control. But when I had a second to breathe, I think about the good that comes from it as well. And I'm going to flip it just a little bit, right? The flip to this is right now, if I had money in Celsius, if I had money in FTX, if I had money in Luna, and I lost everything, there is no insurance that I am going to get that back because of the bad actors that kind of were in play. If I had my money in the US bank, not that I'm recommending it, this is not financial advice, if it's FDIC insured. So, it's like there's the flip to having it centralized.
You know what? Honestly, I don't believe in FDIC insured. I think that's just false hope. I honestly do. When S hits the fan and people lose money, like all of this, say like it's example like when people dump a token, right? People are selling off a token. Imagine if people are selling off or pulling out or their money at the same time. Like with the bank, where's the bank's gonna? I mean, yeah, okay, it's insured, but okay, what if I'm insured for like $100,000? When am I gonna get that back? If like everybody else is waiting for their $100,000 or whatever, I really don't believe it. I might see it maybe in 10 years. I don't know. I really don't. I don't really pay attention to the FDIC. When I look at that little sticker at the bank, I don't believe in it.
Right.
You know, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in 2007, 2008, it might have even reached into like 2009, 2010, but there was a mishap with Bank of America, and there were so many people picketing and striking and protesting outside of Bank of America because there were so many people's assets that just disappeared overnight, and none of these people ever got reimbursed. There were stories of people losing like $92,000 out of their savings accounts, $30,000 here and there out of their checkings, and they just never got their money back. And I don't know if those issues ever got resolved, but that's something that you got to think about. If it's FDIC insured, where did that money go, and did they ever get their money back? There were so many people saying that they never got paid back that money. Do you guys recall that time?
I do. Yeah. I mean, that was huge. It was massive. And frankly, I'm old enough to even remember a little bit further back, not to date myself, but I can tell you that overall, there's just a limitation. There's a statute of limitation for the FDIC insured. And unfortunately, the ones that are pulling the strings, the ones that are leveraging the rules at the top, are the ones that know this, and they're pushing it to the point where they're screwing the little guy. And that's unfortunate, because you take a look at Bank of America today, they're still around. Nothing's changed. In fact, they're bigger than ever. So I hear you that I feel like there are, FDIC insured. Okay, well, I think in parts that goes way, way back to like the early 1900s, when states were kind of doing their own thing. And, the bank, call it owner at the time for the state, just kind of picks up, walks out with all the money, and now they're screwed. Well, if that happens today, situations like that, then you're covered. But I agree that there are going to be situations where you're screwed. And I don't necessarily recommend putting money in your mattress. I feel like crypto is definitely the way to go.
It's true. Oh, this is how how did crypto come out in the first place? Because back in 2010, the big crash, Bitcoin was born, right? It was originally designed for like the barter system. Like it was like going back in days where you don't have to rely on a third party institution. It's community driven. You exchange, products and goods over a currency, how you value that currency. And here we are, and we're doing it, right? So, but I know the government is. I mean, it's gotten so big, and everybody can create their own currency, and but yeah, it's just I know the government is going to try to get their hands on it, and the
Right.
reason why they're taking so long because they're trying to figure out how to regulate it without like having a I don't know. It's just very complicated for it, right? It's a complicated situation, but at the same time, we're still doing our thing. We're still building and innovating. Let us innovate, right? And I know there's always bad actors, but there's been bad actors since the beginning of time. We just have to make some rules. There is going to be some regulations, but yeah, it's just like when you play. I'm not going over a tangent, but there's a game a couple of years ago, Axie Infinity. When you play the game, you earn these SLP tokens. In the Philippines, SLP was being accepted as a real currency. You play the video game, you earn the token. You can buy stuff at the local store. Uh, and this is the future. This is what it's gonna happen, right? You don't have to I don't really trust the government. I know we gotta live by that. I know it might be crazy talk, but I mean that's why this is why I'm
My
in
camera's
crypto
going off.
in the first place. So yeah.
No. The thing is, I think we'll continue to grow, even with these type of conversations, because I actually believe that this is the most that people have ever talked about: financial infrastructures, taxes, stocks, trading, day trading. If you're doing options trading, if you're worried about bonds, or I don't think there ever was a time. And I come from humble beginnings and stuff. I don't remember my elders talking so much about let's get the Apple stock or Google stock. We're just focused on surviving or whatnot like that. But now there's a definitive like change in the amount of people talking of finances overall from all ages, because now kids have access to a phone. They can download a Robinhood app. Their parents can download it for them, teach them how to trade. So I think we're in a different phase as well, where these conversations about money are growing, about crypto are growing. And I think some of those that unfortunately we grew in a way where we should be afraid to talk about the higher powers, like what Crypto Bronze was talking about. I don't want him to be left out, but yeah, there's powers that be, and they want to control stuff. And I don't want him to think that he's alone, or, he's the only one, because, a conspiracy theory only means that two people conspired as a plan. It doesn't mean anything crazy or nothing like that. So, I think these are conversations that will continue to grow. And I'm glad that we're having them right here on this live stream, and definitely should do more of them. Appreciate everybody coming in and tapping in, and it shows what we can have with these type of people up on the panel. I appreciate you guys tapping in. John, Crazy, Crypto Bronze. This is just an intermission. If you guys can go ahead and share this space so more people can hear what Crazy and John and Crypto Bronze has to say, taking the time out of their day away from their families to, really drop some knowledge to help us grow in this space, not just in the DeFi space, but, we're talking about everything right now. We're throwing it all on the table. So if you know somebody that, can benefit from this would be a good time to share the space before we move on to the next topic, if that's all right with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. Cool.
All right. Yeah. So the next thing we'll be talking about is kind of, and I'm jumping around a little bit. John, if you see one specifically that you want to get into right now before I jump around, you're more on going down the list than I am. But
yeah, no, I mean, before we move on, right, I feel like maybe the next thing we talk about is taxes, right? And because it kind of sticks with that financial component.
Okay.
And kind of then the next we go into maybe XRP, which is kind of more the future, right? So talk maybe a little bit about the history of it and what it's going to look like for us moving forward. And then we end up with the good stuff.
Right. And I'm curious to see what the chat has to say, because those who are basically using crypto and cashing out crypto, you know, like we'll say the cliche thing is just okay, we got Alim in the chat as well. That's another brother from another mother right there. Known him in the space for over a year. Got to give Alim a big shout out, part of the Luffy crew, always rocking. So I love seeing these familiar faces. But basically getting into these taxes and stuff like that, you know, I want to hear you know, we're going to say the cliche over and over, is just natural and not financial advice, but there are so many ways to navigate to, quote unquote, we're not saying avoid taxes, because nobody should do that, right? That's illegal to do that. But are there ways that people are preparing? Because there are apps as of, you know, even Cash App, because it has Bitcoin. And since you interact with it so much, it has the options already for you to do your taxes. So are you guys taking advantage of, you know, the apps that are already incorporating, you know, crypto and taxes, instead of, you know, doing it the hard way where you're coming off the DeFi space, just trying to get your taxes done that way? That seems a lot harder compared to, you know, if you're transacting through like a Cash App or, you know, a Robinhood or whatnot, even though I haven't been on Robinhood, but I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, I'm using TaxBit right now, and they're partnered up with the IRS. So even though I don't like the government, I'm complying as much as I can. So yeah, it you know, it connects to all the exchanges like Coinbase, Crypto.com, also like with your MetaMask. So yeah, and I think everyone's gonna have like a big tax write-off, right? Because of the down market. That's the bright side of a down market. You can you can get a, you know, sign off as a loss.
Yeah, I think, and in fact, that I feel like that's why we start with 2022, right? We move on to taxes, which is the future, and we talk about the fact that, and this is huge for everyone listening, you've lost something. Make sure you are taking advantage of that, right? And if you feel comfortable reporting your, you know, any type of buy or sell, you know, which is something that I personally do, right? I want to make sure that they have no reason to come at me for any reason, to protect my family. And this is not a plug, I use CoinLedger, and I used them last year and the year prior, and they do a great job. Now, this is another one that is trusted, partnered with, etc. I find the one that's right for you. That's not financial advice. But if you are going to do your taxes and you're going to record everything, make sure you're doing it right, because the last thing that you want to do is kind of haphazardly do it, and then they're going to come and audit you, and then you're in a world of pain. Been there, done that. I don't want to do it again. So.
Okay, so that's epic. We got two names. So yours was CoinLedger. Crypto Bronze, what was the name that you dropped? I'm sure they'll sponsor us soon. TaxBit and CoinLedger soon to sponsor our motives here on these live streams.
There you go.
Crazy. Hey. What do you got to say about this, brother? I know you got something to say, bro. Give me something.
For claiming taxes on crypto, I have not used any of these other services that you guys are talking about. I actually have a really nice lady who is in an undisclosed state who does my taxes for $150 every year. So she takes care of all that good stuff. I send her all my financials when it comes to stocks or crypto, and she takes care of it all. Really good lady. She does it for both my wife and I for about $150 each. But when it comes to getting deeper into regulations with taxes and crypto, it's definitely going to be a good point that I should be looking into some of these services, because diving in deeper into crypto with your gains and losses is going to be something that is going to be highly regulated very soon. And especially with July 15th coming up, I have a good feeling that that's going to be a hot topic.
Yeah, I think overall, and kind of talking more about, because I mean, if you've done your capital gains, great, congratulations, you beat the rest of us for 2022. But if you're like me, who's lost a significant amount, I feel like I want to go ahead and leverage that, and I'm able to do that through any type of those significant losses. that is going to be a way for me to get money back into my account so that I can go ahead and get it into the projects that I want to, that I feel are the future of crypto. And no better time than now. Do we have a leg down? There's a possibility, right, with everything's going on. But we are damn near bottom, in my opinion, not financial advice. And there is, frankly, nowhere, the sky is the limits. I mean, really.
Yeah. When we're at the bottom, that's all we got is sky, right? That's where we're at right now. We're all looking up. We're all, looking for some form of relief basically in the market. And I think that goes to like what you were saying about that perfect storm, with all the things they did with all these exchanges going down, also kind of ties together where, it gets people ready to make the transition and stuff where, maybe guys like me and Crazy, we could have stood doing the DeFi thing forever if they, if they would have just allowed it, so there's these little changes that, if you're willing to also make along the way because you do love the space, that's why I enjoy having you guys up here because it's all people, even the guys and ladies that I see in the chat. Big shout out to the ladies and gents in the chat. It's all people that have been in this crypto space. We have weathered the storm. We've been through the bull market. We remember when we could throw anything in the air and it was just going to go 100 to 1,000x last year. We remember that. It did not last forever. Okay. It's okay. We learn from it. We're growing from it. And I think this is how we do that. Right. So, yeah, we got two good, ways for people to figure out. We also have a lady in a non-disclosed state for $150.
Yeah, bro, hook me up. Come on now.
But
get him Crazy for the contact.
Yeah,
but
DM,
we're making it happen here, and that's what's important. Is a famous saying, I'm sure everybody's heard it, is not what you know, it's who you know. And just like that non-disclosed lady, we're those same people in this space right now. We all met through one shape or form of another of that same type of, hey, I know this guy from here, I know that person from there, they've done this, that, and the other. Maybe it'd be good to have them on board with this, right? That's how a lot of things start. So yeah, let's keep that going. What do we got next?
Honestly, I just want to stick with one point for the taxes, right?
Yeah.
And it's something to consider moving forward for self. Not financial advice, but people are going to buy, people are going to sell. And the longer you hold, the better off you are, the less taxes you're going to pay, right? So at least here in the United States, we have what is known as short-term tax, gains or losses, right? And when you lose on a short term, they're not going to give you so much. But when you gain in a short term, let's say you gain a significant amount in a week period and you're out. Well, you bought and sold in a week, they're going to go ahead and take a significant cut of that if you're reporting it. Now, when you have long-term capital gains, right, the tax drops significantly. And there is something that the billionaires do, which is anything that is considered longer term, which is anything that is considered held onto for more than a year here in the States, they pay even less. So it's just something to consider. I'm not saying that you need to hold on to things forever because crypto space changes dramatically. But the longer you can hold in the space, the better off you are if you're reporting taxes, at least here in the U.S.
But when I saw something on Twitter about during the Luna debacle, there was this person that held and had to pay a big tax, had a big tax hit for 2021. Soon as paid the taxes, Luna went down. So how does that work? They had to pay 2021 a big amount of tax, and Luna crashed, and it's pretty much dust, right? So yeah, that hurts. I didn't really look into that. I just saw it on my Twitter feed around that time, and I just remember like, ooh, that hurts.
Yeah. Well, they'll be able to. I mean, if they're reporting, they'll be able to write it off if they're here in the States. Now, I suppose that's another downfall if you're not reporting, right? If you're not reporting and you have a significant loss, you can't write it off, right? Because you're not writing off your gains, you're not writing off your losses. And I mean, if you are having this awesome run, well, I get it, but you know, not that I feel like you should be skirting, right? Understand that I'm from a corporate environment, and I've seen what can happen to the bad actors. When you do skirt the taxes, it's not just saying, well, you owe us more money. Sometimes there's even more significant penalties for jail time and everything like that. Not that I'm saying anyone in this space is doing anything, or ever anyone that's listening is doing anything like that, but just something to consider when you're dealing with large amounts of money, if you are.
For sure. Yeah, definitely, for sure. And I see in the chat, Aleem saying, I see a big Luffy community here. Yeah, we're going to do, some Luffy updates at the end of this, Aleem. So definitely stick around for that. But also on that, Aleem mentioned that another way you guys can avoid, some penalties is donating to the Aleem Gandal charity. So, charity events as well. He was mentioning Bill Gates and how, Bill Gates. So there's a lot of different ways for everybody to definitely look at these things and things, topics as well, that if you guys want to bring up again and we talk about, we'll have fun with them. We'll bring them up. Yeah, I see you love the Aleem. Of course, brother, you know what's up. But, because this is what it's all about. This is our space, and we're going to grow in this space together. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So, he's joking. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
No, come on, man. Put that link up there. I want to.
That's family.
I want to
right
donate.
There. Yeah, Aleem is solid in the space. Yeah, but the chat has anything. We're moving along. I hope you guys are enjoying some of this stuff and really taking some notes. We're all learning. Definitely some things along the way from each other. I'm picking up things as we're moving along as well. What do you got next, John?
XRP. What do we think? Hey, come on now.
Aleem, I seen you talking about XRP in the chat. If you want to join, Aleem, I can send you the link if you want to come up. So you just got to share the space. That's all you got to do. Yeah,
I'm an XRP holder, Aleem. That was like my really first crypto crush. I mean, Bitcoin was my first.
Okay, Aleem says XRP will be huge. Aleem, like I said, if you want to come up, brother, just let me know in the comments, and I'll send you a link. You can come up in here.
Back in the days, me and Texan Well used to. We used to debate over XRP.
Okay, he's at work right now.
Yeah.
Okay, but we'll get Aleem on the next one. Definitely, we'll bring up XRP again.
Well, I mean, maybe. And do we want to move on? Do we want to move away from XRP? Come back to it. We could do that.
No. Okay. We can touch a little bit. We can see what he has to say. He says he loves XRP. He's an XRP fan. He's bullish on regulations, right? I'm messing with him. And we got Crypto Bronze. I want to hear what Crypto Bronze has to say about it. I actually had some links ready, but the minute I try to do a screen share, it was making it lag, and this combo is going too good. I want people to pick up as much as we can. But there was a link for BSC News that they released about, some of the hearings of XRP. But, Crypto Bronze said, this is your baby. What do we call it?
I'm bullish on XRP as well. From the aspect of it's going to set precedents. I really believe they're going to win the case. And it's going to just around March, I think that's when the cases, they'll have the final verdict. And when XRP wins, what I predict, everything is going to pump, not just XRP, but all the other altcoins. And it might be, I don't know what the charts is going to be, but I'm thinking it's going to have a little rally. I think the real bull market is going to be in late 2024. 2024 around November after, the voting. But I think things are gonna look up. Things are gonna look up this year, and it's gonna be better than what it was looking at like last year. And XRP is gonna set the tone.
We got what Aleem's thinking as well, but we got December DeMarco in the house. That's a fellow YouTuber as well. If you guys can definitely subscribe to his channel. He's a heavy hitter into space. You know, over 30,000 subscribers. Another brother from another mother for sure. But we got Alim right here, you know, saying that he thinks that XRP is the best equipped crypto for when regulation starts. And you know, I'm also, you know, and I agree with him as well. You know, I just wonder, like, you know, the best year ever for crypto 2022. Again, that is sarcasm once again. You know, it got hit in every direction, right? It got hit with, you know, XRP problems. It got hit with exchanges and stuff. And I think that besides just waiting for a pump to happen, some of the things that are missing are, you know, like this XRP thing, you know, where it's going to make it okay for people to feel more comfortable with crypto. We need a solid exchange. You know, a lot of people in DeFi don't want to say this, but we do need a centralized exchange. And I don't want Binance to go down. I don't want to scare anybody here, but I've joked around with some of the team members. I said, you know, if Binance went down, you know, could it knock us into the Stone Age? You know, that could be scary for us, you know. And, you know, where I believe that the centralized exchange needs to exist for the fact that I came from centralized exchanges into the DeFi world. So that bridge would have never been there. So obviously there's that necessity for, you know, that centralized exchange and things to go hand in hand. And, you know, with XRP's, you know, court cases going positive, I think those will be more people that will accidentally spill over into the DeFi space, so long as while it exists, right? Into regulations puts the full squeeze down. What else on XRP? Because, you know, the chat got pretty pumped up. Well, we got a big YouTuber came in here. We got, you know, Alim got pumped up with XRP. Crazy. Are you riding the Ripple wave, or what's good? What's going on?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Are you riding the Ripple?
This is the future. XRP will be the future for sure, 100%. I'm on board with it. I'm just trying to catch little pumps throughout this bear market so I can actually get into XRP in a larger magnitude. Because when it does turn around, I'm expecting to be a whale in that.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Ooh,
well,
you got crypto
you know,
balls happy.
coming.
What's up, John?
Now, I was just gonna say, coming from a whale, I could tell you that I agree. I feel like XRP, we all in the space need to stand behind XRP, regardless of whether or not you believe in other chains that's kind of maybe the backbone. XRP is one of the big ones that is standing up to the government and saying, listen, you guys overstepped. It is now time for change. We're going to bring your ass to court. And excuse my language, but PG only, folks. I feel like they had to do it, and they're doing it for all of us. If they win, the space is going to skyrocket. And it's just going to reaffirm that we are legit. We are here to stay, and the future is definitely
Nice.
bright for that.
Now
It's like
Go
this
ahead.
real quick. XRP, ever since Ripple, you know, came about, they've been trying to be compliant with the government. Like on a frequent basis, they would always hit up the SEC. Like they would always give their reports, making sure that their base is covered. Just like BRB, you know, we're trying to be compliant to the U.S. government, and they you know, the government never really gave them a solid answer, right? They were just vague. They wouldn't even respond. And then on 2019, they turn around and sue them. I forgot the commissioner before Gary Gensler. I mean, he was the one that threw the lawsuit, and then he left, right? And he became a consultant for another company that deals with Bitcoin. I mean, there's a lot of some of these conspiracy stuff, but see, it's just people are the XRP army is very passionate. They really believe in Ripple, and it's a legit company. You know, they try to follow all the rules as much as they can, and then they're just going to turn around and they're going to win this case, because really SEC really had no grounds. This is all my opinion. And we're going to see this coming March, and things are going to boom.
Okay, and we got Boom, and I see the chat is saying the moon because I'm asking them, the price predictions. Tell me, John, what were you going to say, John? I need that radio.
Oh, I was just, I know, I just needed to say boom.
Okay, boom. So I see us that we're saying that things are going to go up. So for entertainment reasons, crypto bronze, price predictions for Ripple. I see Alim over here saying that it's going to 100 plus. And after they win the case, and eventually in some years, John's going to build Moneybags Rico house right next door because he's a whale. And no, but we're gonna make sure that BRB Cash takes off for sure. For those who haven't checked it out, we're gonna have some links for everybody. Make sure that we follow each other on Twitter. I want us to keep this vibe going for sure. But crypto bronze, we got Alim rocking with you. We heard. John is on the same boat. You guys got more than a paddle. You guys got a good breeze going into this. We got also Crazy. What are your price predictions? Does after the case 100 plus sound good?
Right after, yeah. But a couple of years ago, I used to think it was going to go to 100, but it's just the market cap is just too big to be that. Unless it has to be like, it has to like really surpass. It has to gap Bitcoin to even be near that. I'm gonna be moderate. I'm gonna like say $5 in a couple months after the case.
Okay. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
No, and those are good. And those are good numbers and stuff. And we got to remember those who've been around. I got to see BNB grow. I got to see Litecoin grow to crazy numbers when they were extremely cheap. I mean, numbers I'm embarrassed to say that I just didn't sell everything and hold on to those things. But yeah, Alim, I hear you, bro. We never know with with how things can go. And Crypto Bronze has a good point. It would have to flip Bitcoin, and market cap and stuff like that. But this is crypto. We don't know what could happen. Everybody can, just like there was in 1999 with the purge, right? A conservative with that $5 price prediction. Yes, Alim's ready to go to that $100. But what I was going to say is, some of these things could happen for the simple fact, like in '99 with there was all these other .com websites, right? And everybody used to go to yahoo.com or askjeeves.com, and eventually all those monies and all those avenues ended up going to google.com. So maybe XRP's market cap can grow exponentially if there is going to be a crypto purge, and eventually money from all different other areas start to go to the main ones, right? The ones that people are more comfortable with, the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, the XRPs and whatnot like that. And somewhat like that.
Because the total supply is 100 billion.
Yeah.
Times that $100. That's a big number.
And it's huge. And if you take a look at the market cap right now, it's at 17 billion. With a B, folks. And if you go 10x on that, right? That gets us to a fairly significant number. If you go 100x, you're twice the size as Bitcoin in its current state. Now, will it elevate the entire space? Absolutely. And will Bitcoin be leading the charge? I feel like it would.
Right.
So, is $100 in the immediate future out? I'm going to say yeah, for sure. And I'll go a little bit higher. Yeah, I'll go maybe $10. But I mean that's like the perfect storm. And you're talking about major corporations signing on, like they started to when they got on. And
G fully on board if they're fully on board.
But I think that it's still going to be an alternative. And the alternative is going to be as good as MoneyGram, as good as Western Union, and the digital currencies of the governments still have not stepped forward, and they will. And this is kind of where Crypto Bronze and I have gone back and forth over the years as to the future of XRP. Is there a future? Absolutely. Do we need to stand behind them at this moment? There is no doubt in my mind. We have to. They are going. head on with the U.S. government. How many have done that successfully? This is our chance, right, to show we are legit. Man, I would love $100 per. Is that going to happen? It can. Just not in just not in the immediate future.
Right,
that's all.
right. So Alim, don't leave, right? Because we're not saying that it's not going to happen. It can happen. It will happen in due time, right? We're not going to discourage you or anybody else, but we've got Mr. Thomas saying, from 33 cents to $5. That's amazing growth. To $10. That's money in the bank. If you definitely cash it out and hold off, and it could be something that gives generational wealth, or maybe that $100 XRP is something that gets passed down. Definitely.
Yeah.
But
$100, like $100, John said would be a perfect story. Yeah, I don't know if you guys seen Maverick, like the Miracle 1 and Miracle 2. Oh, yeah, it has, everybody would have to be super on board with XRP. And I mean, it's a good technology. I love it, but I mean, there's so many other innovation that's coming right now. I mean, there's competition. That's what I see. So that's why I say $5.
All
right. So those are some good price predictions. We're all over the board, and once again, overall bullish, right? So it's safe to say that we got a decent live stream with people. I'll wait years for $100 plus price. Yeah, no, yay, bro. I know you got diamond hands, Alim. That's for sure. And some of these things could definitely happen for sure. Holding on the long term, taking the long road. And I think just
what about crazy? What about crazy? What are you thinking? What's your price prediction for XRP? Or is it going lower? Is it going higher?
Like you said, if they win litigations, I think it'll definitely go higher. I'm not going to go as low as $5. I'm definitely going to be in the higher end. I'm thinking 15 to 20.
Wow.
And the reason why is because once they win litigation, that's going to be a big win for crypto in general. Now, given that they won litigation, they took on the big guy, Big Brother, and they won that case. A lot of people are going to back XRP in the magnitude of being able to, be the future, ring in a new age for crypto. So I think the price prediction is going to be between 15 and 20. That's what I'm thinking. And it could always get there too. You're not taking into account, there might be some people that are gung-ho about it and really excited about it. There could be a big bonfire party where people just start throwing their tokens in dead wallets just to get that $15, $20 token.
Right,
man.
And there is a burn community. I will say that, right? There is
it is.
There is a burn community. So I want to save some of this like XRP talk for next time. We could have Alim up. John, what do you have for us next? Because I got a couple. Yeah, let me know what you got. And we'll see.
So XRP, right, kind of gets us into the future, gets us into March, right? Maybe we talk a little bit more about the positive that's going on right now. And one of those things that we were talking about Monday night is AI artwork, right? And slash NFTs and the kind of future of NFT creation in that space. Because I don't know about you guys, I would imagine majority of you, unless you've been living under a rock, have seen some of the stuff that the AI artwork has been producing out there. And I feel like there are some pros and some cons to that, right? You have the side where that is saying, listen, I'm an artist, and there is the potential for that to be taken from me because they're using some more material. The AI is leveraging it to create the material that is coming out. But then you have, and Crypto Bronze was actually talking about this, which is, what if I am the artist that needs that muse, that needs inspiration to kind of bring it to the next level, to bring my art to the next level, right? And, for me, I feel like, we have to watch, and I'm going to go back to regulation. We have to watch copyrights and everything like that. But I do feel like there is a strong future for this space. Some of this stuff looks amazing.
Yeah.
Right, Crypto Bronze, you've done some of this stuff. I mean, man, it makes you
Yeah.
look like a golden god.
Yeah. It's I love technology, right? That's how I am. Innovation. That's why I'm the CNO of BRB. It's just quick story. There, I really got in it over the past weekend. Even on New Year's Eve, we partied, came home around 2. I couldn't sleep because I was excited to play with the AI art thing. And I mean, I stayed up till like 5:30 a.m. like messing with it. It was just like it was like a whole new world. It's an amazing, and the way I see it, because I have a niece. She's I don't know, starving artist, would you say? And she's, of course, she's against it. I kind of understand, but this is just another tool, right? So it's just like anything else in technology, like for like in music, like you have all these softwares, you have auto tunes, but you still have singers, like, that's singing like the natural traditional way. It's just another tool, innovation tool, just like these applications called Canva, right? Where you can design your own graphics for promotion or whatever it is. You don't need a graphic artist, really. I mean, if you really want like a customized work, you will go to a graphic artist. But if you just want something simple, save time, save money, you can do it yourself. uh this is just another way. It's just the only limitation with the art is your imagination. So
Yeah, I mean, do you have a plug for your niece? Maybe put her name in the comments.
um
Rising star,
yeah,
come on,
yeah, I
star,
don't know
star.
her Instagram, but
Oh,
yeah. Maybe
boo.
I'll look it up next time. I'll post it up. But
Yeah, it's pretty
yeah,
interesting though, and
yeah.
and we'll kind of go into like this since we're getting towards the end of the bit, crazy as well as if you want to get the AMA that you're gonna have and they join us towards the end and we just follow and we just continue right on through. Whoever has to step down can step down and we can just power right through and get it all done. Obviously, this was last minute, but we're just rolling with it. But on this NFT art and AI art. I think it also brings in that next topic of new communities as well, kind of like the new communities that are going to be made. That now there's this whole NFT AI art space that didn't exist. So there goes crypto giving us another realm of itself again, because there was no excuse me, no NFT AIs being made before, and now we're starting to see that a lot more.
Yeah, yeah, and we talked about the NFTs. We talked about AI. We could parlay it into DEGEN. Now we could always save this to the next
Right.
podcast, because I feel like we've taken a lot of time, and we definitely want to make sure that they get the opportunity to move into their AMA.
Yeah, we're gonna do that, and I just want to get this out there because I think it's pretty interesting about the AI art Thomas had put out. The AI art will inversely boost the scarcity of the human artist. So like kind of in a way, if you are that is a flip side to that where
Well,
inadvertently kind of boosting the rarity of that human stroke of paint. But yeah, I think that's a very good point, Thomas. I think that's probably a point that we'll probably hear get brought up a lot more when we talk about NFT and the AI aspect of things. But crazy, yeah, bro. Let's be fair. We're 16 minutes over the hour. I appreciate everybody sticking around. Let's get some of the things that you got going on with Luffy Token. Of course, we started this off with the CEO, the team members, me and Crypto Bronze from BRB Cash, but we want to give everybody an opportunity to mingle, rub some elbows, and do our thing. So, crazy. If you want to let us know what's going on with Luffy Token, however you want to say it, nothing but love and respect. But let's go ahead and hear about these utilities. If you're ready, if you're not, I can bring somebody up from Sling. We also have Sling in the house as well. Want to give a big shout out to them. It's another project, a zero tax token. Talking about, are you here, Crazy?
I am. Yes, I am. I'm always ready. Just so you know.
Okay. Okay. All right, so we'll
I
start
was just
off
letting
with
you guys do your thing.
no, bro, it's epic, and you know, I want everybody to have their time to shine, man. This is what it's all about. We this is what the space is about. So I want to hear about Luffy Token. I say Luffy, some say Luffy, but it's the same ecosystem that I've come to enjoy very much, and a great community. So yeah, bro, let us know what's going on, and then we'll talk about Sling and that burn mechanism that they have going on, and how they're going to continue to burn it. All right.
Absolutely, that sounds great. So as all of you know, or some of you know that in the chat, and the new faces that I just met here on this stream, I appreciate you guys' time, and I really do want to thank you for letting me steal some of your space during this live stream. I am Luffy Token's official community spokesperson, kind of on the magnitude of a representative, and I hold daily AMAs on their Telegram space to break down the different things about Luffy Token. I answer all the questions. I let them voice their comments and their concerns, and I address it in such a way that I don't give them the opportunity to FUD the project or bring the project down. I give them the time and the opportunity to voice their opinion without ridicule from the community, because this space in the bear market has gotten so toxic for every single community that it's churned everybody's attitude towards the project as a just don't say anything at all, or I'm going to get ridiculed and berated around the entire community, and I'm going to get shot down just because I have a legitimate concern or a legitimate question. So those AMAs that I host daily gives them a safe space to be able to come in and talk to me. And I have the patience to deal with them, because trust me, there are a lot of ridiculous questions. And it gets to, give me 1 second, guys.
Been there, done that. Yeah, I can tell you, my house is a complete madhouse. I actually have to hide in a corner so my kids don't find me. So it's a good thing I live in a mansion, but no.
All right, guys. They're just excited to see me. They don't get to see me a lot, and I'm working on like my 10th day straight, plugging through these 10, 11-hour days. So they definitely miss me. So let me get back to Luffy Token. Luffy Token is a anime token first and foremost. We've been around for a little over a year now, and we are trying to combine and integrate the anime community and cryptocurrency. They kind of run hand in hand in the aspect that anime is mostly digital based and cryptocurrency is digital based. So we want to try to find a way to join the two communities and integrate the two communities. The NFT marketplace and the Luffy swap, which they have on testnet right now, and they're going to launch mainnet soon, is one of the main utilities, which is the NFT marketplace, to give anime and manga artists an opportunity to make a reasonable and livable wage and to make some kind of residual income. They're grossly underpaid in the industry. Some are making like $1, $2, $3 a day to develop these multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar companies and animes, and they just don't get the recognition that they deserve. So Luffy Token set out and strived to give these artists a platform to be able to showcase the art, to be able to showcase their skill set and share it with the community, share it with the people. And that's what Luffy Token was set out to do. And now that we're coming to that final stretch of getting that marketplace out there, there's a few other utilities that they want to be able to bring, because we are looking for the future. We're always going to be looking for the future. This is a longevity project and a long-term project. We don't want people to think it's short-term. You're going to come in, you're going to make 1,000X, and you're going to leave. This is definitely something that we're building in the bear market to be able to last 3, 4, 5 years down the road. So outside of the swap and outside of the marketplace, we have 3 other things that are coming out this quarter, which is Q1 of this year. We have the anime Dex. It's going to be a Dex Tools platform. It's going to be just like a Dex Tools interface with its own little rendition, and hopefully it's going to have a little anime-esque vibe and feel to it. We also are going to have a crypto academy where people are going to be able to learn and earn Luffy tokens on this platform. It's going to break down cryptocurrency, the blockchain, and everything, and all the multi-facets that are associated with the blockchain and cryptocurrency. so people can get a better understanding before investing into crypto. I wish I had that, to be honest with you, because when I got into crypto, I didn't know nothing. I wasted so much money in gas fees and transfer fees thinking that I was being smart, and I really wasn't being smart, but I spent thousands, tens of thousands. I don't say that though. I don't want to say it too loud. My wife might be listening. But yeah, a lot of money. You know, Crypto Academy. And then the most exciting thing that I think we could talk about is the layer one blockchain solution. We were promised a layer one blockchain solution for Luffy token in Q1 of this year. So that is a 3-month quarter. This is the first quarter of this year. If we're going to get a layer one blockchain solution for Luffy token, or we're using Luffy token as gas, we will no longer be called Luffy token. We will be called Luffy coin. And I am pumped. I am so excited about it. It is big strides and big things that they're developing and, you know, coming out with during this bear market period. Outside of that, I want to also bring up Luffy token has a partnership with Hockey token. Hockey token, HAKI. This is a partnered project that the devs of Luffy token have developed, and it will be the DAO and governance token for Luffy token. They also have a credit card that they are working on getting developed and ready to roll out, where you're going to be able to buy, sell, trade, and cash in your cryptocurrency through this credit card service that we're going to have for Hockey token. There also will be a partnership with the Hockey token credit card and Luffy token. So Luffy token will also receive a credit card, and all the investors will be able to in turn use both of the credit cards and both of the projects as one. It is going to be integrated. Hockey and Luffy are one entity, and it is a part of the ecosystem. So I really want people to know about this, and I want people to, you know, I really want to emphasize the point that Hockey token and Luffy token are one. This is an ecosystem that is building out actively. This is an ecosystem that is progressing and making leaps and bounds in the space. And once all these things are done being developed and the bull market starts coming around, proof of concept's already there. Everybody's going to see that. Everybody's going to see the ridiculously low market cap and undervalued project laying right there in front of their face when they're ready to dump their money back into the market. So when they wake up and say, hey, I want to invest in the crypto, boom, I'm going to throw a Luffy token in front of their face and say, hey, check this out.
Boom.
Boom. Exactly. Just like that.
Boom. Yeah, that's epic, bro. Yeah, and
it really is.
Yeah,
it is. I'm glad, John. Go ahead. I know that you see Luffy.
No, I mean, for sure, and Hockey with the governance piece, the DAO, that's huge. It's massive, and it allows the community to get more and more engaged, have more and more input on the future of the space. I love it. I think it really is. And layer one, I mean, so give us more information about that. Where can I find more information about that?
More information about Luffy token, you can join the Telegram. I'm there for 2 hours every day, once in the morning, once at night, 2 a.m. UTC, 2 p.m. UTC, which is about 1400. So that's going to be 1400 hours UTC and 2 a.m. UTC. I'm always on the space. I'm there every single day on time, except for today because I'm with you guys. But
I just followed the Luffy Twitter account. I am part of the demographics. I am anime head.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
that's beautiful.
Not a hardcore anime to some people, but like Demon Slayer, you know, Naruto.
Just hardcore enough to be having to have material right in front of you. That's I got nothing. I got like, you know, so like not hardcore, but
nothing big.
So crypto anime, I am your demographic, bro. So
so definitely
I'm gonna have to give me a bag. I'm gonna give me a bag of Luffy in Hockey.
There's
and
big things.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, I know the ecosystem as well. I'm not used to knowing both ecosystem. I was just gonna say basically, you know, the Hockey ecosystem with the governance token and, you know, also the NFTs that Hockey has, you know, and the NFTs as well for Luffy token, that once they're gone, and only those NFTs are gonna have those special dividends that you will be getting. So, you know, just chiming in on the ecosystem, bro. But yeah, if there's anything else you want to add on Luffy Crazy, go ahead, man. I had spoke to the Sling Classic people. They're kind of busy, so I'm gonna do some shilling for them because they got a lot of people that rock with the channel. So when you're done, I'll let everybody know of the Sling Classic and make sure we're following them and doing all that stuff correctly. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Hockey token is it's making strides. The supply that we launched with originally before we migrated to hockey, it was originally called Yonko, and they launched with the supply. Get this, 4 tokens. That was the supply, 4 tokens, and it was so freaking crazy and so insane of an idea because if you think about it, the available supply that was inside of Uniswap would never have ran out. Every time you bought, you were going to get a percentage of a token, and you can continue to buy, but the price would continue to go up. The supply would have never ran out of Uniswap. And people, that was the whole idea behind it, right? Is there was 4 Yonkos, so there was 4 tokens, and they kept 4 tokens inside of Uniswap, and people were buying up the supply, and that was, it kind of had a feel back to One Piece and Luffy and the Yonkos, right? So after having a meeting and discussion, they decided to migrate over and go ahead and relaunch as Hockey Token. And with Hockey Token, there's 10,000 tokens of available supply. Immediately after launch, they burnt 1,000 tokens. And currently we're sitting at about 8,980 something tokens that are circulating. The rest are burnt. And we have an NFT collection that was 1,001 NFTs that you can actually buy and stake. So currently I have 10 NFTs that I staked, and I paired it with 15 hockey tokens. And those 15 hockey tokens and those 10 NFTs are giving me $80 worth of hockey tokens every month, residually thereafter. Now, if you need to really think about this and how the governance token is going to work in the Luffy token system, if you want to give it a relation to, like, let's say Shiba and Leash in comparison, this is what Leash is to Shiba, and this is what hockey will be for Luffy. There's no reason why it can't explode and go to the point where we're seeing a $5,000, $10,000 hockey token. It's going to be insane because when Luffy takes off, the only governance token that's going to be is hockey token, and people are going to need hockey token to be able to be associated and integrated into the governance system of Luffy token. So once those tokens are out, they're out. And I'm making sure I'm making as much passive rewards as possible off a hockey token for the time being.
Well,
That's
I can
awesome.
tell you're already making waves because I'm trying. I take a look at the Telegram. I take a look at Twitter. I'm already seeing plenty of copycats out there, and so let me ask you: the Telegram space that you have, what's the official name for the folks out there, so that they know they're finding the right one? Because again, you guys are really kind of making some major waves here, and when that happens, you could always tell, because there's a lot of bad actors trying to copycat off of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's called Luffy Official Chat, and I'm going to actually drop a link inside this YouTube video right now for Luffy Token, and I will also drop a link for Hockey Token as well inside the description of the chat in the comment section. So I want, there is a lot of scams out there, and there's people still trying to say that there's a migration going on. There's people trying to say that there's an airdrop going on, and I can't tell you how many times I hear people connecting to these telegrams and getting their wallets cleaned out because they just didn't do enough research or go onto our website.
Yeah.
I'm at the website right now. You have all the link, Telegram, Discords there, Twitter.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I posted some links in the comments as well. Also did one for BRB Cash. If you guys, enjoyed the space, if you guys felt like you guys learned some stuff in here, definitely tap in there. Come show some support to BRB Cash. This is how it all started off. I do want to give a shout out to Sling Classic, the burn token. And I know Crazy's familiar with Sling Classic as well. It has a lot of familiar faces in there. I don't want to take up everybody's night. It's nice to see, we're climbing up to 15 people here at one point. 16 people is pretty cool. But I want to make sure that, we get everybody some of this piece right here. And we got Sling Classic. So, it's the original one of that burn token, those 00 tokens, of course. And being one of the original ones, obviously they have burned most of the supply. There's been a really strong base community, I want to call it, some familiar faces that I'm familiar with that's helping Sling Classic take off. And that's basically what's going on right there. They're trying to build a long-term project that's, a zero tax token with an epic burn mechanism that's going on. And I posted their Telegram as well as in the comments. If you guys can tap in with Sling Classic in there, zero tax token, it's already pumping. Last time I checked was at 130 market cap. I'm not sure. 26% burn. We got the first billionaire in the family dropping alpha right now, so I can give you guys the facts when it comes to it. So, and still going. The burns are going to keep happening. So they got 26% burn so far. They got 227 members in their Telegram that is growing. And I'm sure you guys will be seeing some videos from Sling Classic on my channel, considering the community members that they have. I would love to see you guys inside the BRB Cash Telegram, letting us know what you guys think. We also have a demo release of what we're bringing to the table with the Web3 marketplace that we want to bring, and the things that we're going to do for this community and all these communities that we're rubbing elbows with. And that's why we're starting now. That's why we're rubbing elbows with everybody now, because we feel that, we can help each other grow in this space. Like I said, I don't want to take everybody's time the whole night. You guys been rocking with us for about an hour and 30 minutes. Is there anything that you guys want to, drop some more alpha, anything you guys want to say on the way out before we, let you guys get back to your families and relax a little bit, right?
Yeah, no, it's been man, this was a good show. I enjoyed it. Shout out to, all the Luffy community, the Sling community. Crazy. Thanks for joining us. It was a pleasure. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one, man. Let's get it.
For sure. And yeah, definitely shout out to the community, Crazy, because, I feel like you've given us a lot more information to focus in on, a lot more reason to kind of focus in on Luffy and what the future holds. We're definitely going to have to hook up, Crazy, because one, I need to know who your $150 tax person is. You're going to have to get that contact over. But I also need to, because I do feel like I love the fact that you guys are having a marketplace, right? And I feel like in part, that's how we could also work together as well, right? Because as Rico had said, we are coming up with our own marketplace. We're not really focusing on our own product. We'll have exclusives, but the point is to try to get the community together. And especially in the marketplace, like you said right now, that is extremely toxic. And when you go into these chats, I don't blame you for kicking a lot of these folks out, because we're seeing the same thing, right? Folks coming in, just being completely toxic, having nothing positive to say, just kind of throwing the grenade in the room and walking away. It's ugly. And together, I feel like when we have this positiveness, this is how we get stronger. This is how we grow together. And this is how we kind of get the space where we need to be moving forward. So, Crazy, thank you. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely. 100%. I agree with everything you just said right now. Yeah, I think cryptocurrency as a front, the competitiveness aside, the fighting, clawing, and scratching, getting to the top, trying to get to that notable market cap that everybody strives for, it is all set aside when it comes to us coming together as a community, right? This is the decentralized community. This is the crypto community. We need to stick together in these times, because I can't tell you how many times I've actually gone and tried to explain cryptocurrency to, family members or everyday people. I work in customer service relations, and I'm meeting people all the time, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Cryptocurrency." And they're, "You're not worried?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not worried. I'm excited And they're like, you don't make any sense. You must be nuts. And I'm like, I'm not nuts. I wish you knew what was coming. Like, I try to explain it to them, and it just all flies over their head, man. So collectively as a community, I think we could actually push this to the next level and just, enlighten some people, make them understand and help them understand. Because if we're the only people at the top, it's going to be lonely, man. It's going to be so freaking lonely.
No.
You gotta just collectively empower everybody with the knowledge of cryptocurrency as a whole, that it is here to stay and it is going to be taking over. We already know that. We everybody in here knows this. Everybody watching this knows this. Yeah. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's going to take over. It's going to replace the regulated Federal Reserves and the gold-backed currencies and all the world currencies and the different countries' currencies. It's all going to get replaced. It's all going to be on the blockchain. Yeah. And the quicker people realize that and the quicker people understand that, the sooner they can get in before institutional money gets in. Because once institutional money gets in, you're going to get wrecked. It's over. It's done. Yeah. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight anymore.
No, you're right. The time is now, right? And not financial advice, but the time really is now. If you're going to get in, while the levels are at they're at, and could we go down again? Yes, we could go down a little bit more. But the fact that you're getting out there crazy, the fact that you're doing the AMAs as frequently as you are, spending the time, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night. I mean, that says a lot, not only about the project, but it says a lot about you as a leader. It says a lot about you and your character, and educating the space is so crucial. Educating not only the space, but educating what we call the normies, right? Educating the folks that don't know is also critical. Try to get them on board. Now, will some of them not really listen, not really care, not really agree, not really understand? Most of us, frankly, when I started, didn't quite understand. It took lots of times. You said your mistakes, been there, done that. I've dumped too much money on mistakes. Putting it in wallets that it shouldn't, or sending it to wrong wallet addresses and wondering where the hell it went. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of complexity, right? It's cumbersome. Let's educate and let's get everyone to the next level. So, Crazy, thank you for that.
All right, man. Well, thank you everybody for, those last words. Pretty epic. This was a great place. I'm actually super pumped to see so many people very excited in the comments as well. They really enjoyed it. I mean, we took care of everybody. We touched a lot of topics. If you guys can, leave some comments for the next live stream, what you guys want to see, the next podcast we can do, next elbows that you guys want us to rub together with and, help grow in this space. You guys are all more than welcome to be on, these live streams, these podcasts that we'll start to do. And moving forward with that, yeah, just thank you guys for pulling up. And until next time, you guys know what it is. Later.
Later, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.